So this movie is fantastic, and there's one scene in particular that I wanted to stand up and cheer. And it's your big moment where you say something along the lines of, "God damn it, that's why people hate lawyers." And it's all this legalese that people use, that lawyers use to justify these horrible acts of I don't know, imperialistic capitalism. I don't know what the word is.
Corporate crime.
Corporate crime.
Yeah.
And what is the line at which someone has to put their hands down and go, "Damn it, we have to do the right thing"?
It's different for different people, and hopefully this movie will inspire those in positions of power to know what their bottom line is and to take a stand themselves.
Is that part of why you wanted to do this movie?
Oh, yeah. I mean, the movie was an opportunity to tell a story, a true story, an ongoing story, that we're now at the 20-year mark of the battle that Rob Bilott, that first sort of accidentally stumbled into his lap in 1998 while working as a defense attorney in downtown Cincinnati. And working within the regulatory culture and believing that there was a good way for industry and regulation to coexist. And I think that's pretty much Tom Turp's orientation as well, the character that Tim plays in the movie. And they thought at first, no, there's got to be a mistake here. You know, we can figure this out. We know these DuPont guys. You know, and so in a way, that very premise makes the story so much more interesting because it's not the obvious bleeding heart liberal who's going to take on the system and has it out for them and already knows what the end result, what they're looking for as a sense of massive corruption. He is methodical and resistant, and so it's very much about the process of discovery, and then what do you do about it? Especially when there's no obvious legal tools at your disposal to take on a company this massive, who has all of the science walled off within their own campuses, right? And no one who understands what this chemical is who exists outside of the control and influence of a company that big.
It's just, it's baffling, and while you're watching the movie, it's baffling, and I imagine that when the movie was being made, that you just had to be like, "Wait, is this real?" And like, yeah, they regulate themselves. And
there are how many chemicals that were invented before the EPA that were grandfathered in, so that we don't have any testing on.
And they all get a pass for the only reason that being that it would be too expensive to check them all. So like, oh, no one we know has died of them. Yeah,
Well, when Todd says it's ongoing, it is still happening today. I mean, even yesterday in the New York Times front page, they were reporting that the EPA is trying to throw out the science, is trying to throw out any science that links poisons in our atmosphere or our water to cancer or any other illnesses. And so Rob's study, which was extensive, 70,000 people gave their blood and filled out forms this thick, and they showed a direct connection between PFOAs and 6 illnesses. The EPA, the Environmental Protection Agency, wants to throw out that science now. Why? Because corporations like DuPont are still liable for it and will have to pay to take care of the people that they poisoned. And they don't want to do that. That's the world we're living in. That's why it's important, this movie. That's why this story is important. That's why people like Rob Bilott are essential in a democracy. You have to have these people that are pursuing the truth and the overall good of the people. Whether you're left, right, center, doesn't matter. Poison doesn't discriminate.
Well, thank goodness that we have a president who cares about the people and won't put the corporations before. Oh, no. Thank you so much.
Something we can do about that.
Yeah, there is
we
something
better
we can do
get
about
started
that.
fast.